Welcome to another Superior Health Wednesday. Joined as always by Jim LaJoy, Executive Director with Superior Health Foundation. Jim, good morning.
Good morning.
So today we are talking about painting the peninsula pink. Just give us a little bit of the rundown of what you all have been working on.
Well, Painting the Peninsula Pink is an initiative that we started way back in 2014. And it was a way to raise money for a UP-wide Superior Health Foundation Breast Health Fund. I saw a real need across the UP to help both men and women with out-of-pocket breast health expenses. So each year we raise money for this fund, and it helps with those out-of-pocket expenses that aren't otherwise covered by insurance. So it could be a mammogram. It could be a second opinion at a different facility. It could be for ultrasound. So there's a number of different vehicles. So we award up to $1,000 for this fund. And we kicked it off in 2014. And to date, we have raised just under $140,000 with this fund. And it helped dozens and dozens of people across the UP with out-of-pocket expenses. So the nice thing about this particular fund is we made it really fun as well. And how we do this is we created this Paint the Peninsula Pink, branding, because essentially we're helping people all across the UP. And as you know, pink is the official color for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So one of the exciting things that we've done with this fund is each year we pick a different high school or different school in the UP to partner with. So during that month of October, we sell day sponsorships throughout the month for either $200, $250 each day. And on each one of those days, we really recognize those businesses for supporting. And then we encourage the students for the school to get out, get us some prizes, help with some sponsorships, help us with some merchandise. And then we dedicate one day during the month of October where we work with the football team or the volleyball team, and we have a big pink party. And at that pink party, we sell pink lemonade, pink hot chocolate, pink popcorn. We sell pink items and really get the school involved. And then either the volleyball team or the football team wears pink uniforms that we do a silent auction for them after the particular match. And the nice thing is it's twofold for the school. Number one is we feel it's very important to get our youth involved in fundraising and philanthropy at a young age. And so many of these people have been affected by breast cancer in their households. They either have a mother, a sister, grandmother, or friend, so they can relate to it and what the costs and the trauma that you go through. The other nice thing is for the schools, we've created an incentive. So they get 20% back of any sponsorships and any merchandise that we sell during the month. So that could be anywhere from $2,000 to $3,500, and it's used for a health-centered project at their school that aligns with our mission. So over the years, we've worked with 7 different schools, and we're going to be on the look for another school for October this year. So we think it's a great partnership with schools, but we're also raising money for an incredibly important cause.
There are just so many layers to this whole project, that being a visible reminder, raising funds, encouraging philanthropy, all those different things wrapped into one project it's really impressive to see that. And I think it's important to give each of these individual communities something to rally around. So if I'm at a school and I'm thinking, could this be us this year? How do they go about? Do they reach out to you? How does that selection process work?
Well, very, very good question. And typically what we do is we'll send out a press release UP-wide saying that we're looking for a partner from different communities, because our goal with Superior Health Foundation is really to hit every county in the UP. So to date, we've been in 6 counties, 6 of the 15. We still got 9 more to go. And we encourage people to reach out and tell us how they'd like to be involved and what project they have in mind. And for the last couple of years, though, Ben, we haven't even had to put the press release out because we've had schools who have reached out to us and said, oh, I see how you partnered with West Iron County, how you partnered with Stevenson. Can we be your partner? We'd love to partner with you and be part of this in the community. So that makes our job a little bit easier when they come to us and they come to us with a project. And and the projects that we have funded over the years have just been really, really cool. I mean, we have funded everything from AEDs at schools to put them in the sports facilities, to ice machines in the athletic department to make sure that available ice is there for injuries. We've done back braces. We've done concussion helmets for football programs, customized concussion helmets to prevent concussions with our young football players. So we've awarded funding for a whole slew of different ideas. And you talk about the community involvement. And what we have found is that every year we've done this, the enthusiasm and the amount that we have raised continues to go up each and every year. For a lot of communities, particularly those rural ones, this is an opportunity for them to shine. They may not have someone who comes to their community and says, really, we're going to put the spotlight on you for an entire month. And on top of that, we're going to raise money for an incredibly good cause. So it's been wonderful. It's, you talked about there are many layers to this, but at the end of the day, we're raising money for a fund. And the fact that we've raised just under $140,000, I think speaks volumes to the success of it. And we want to keep it going.
And being in 6 of the 15 so far, what have you seen after those Octobers, year after year? Has there been more of a lasting impact on these communities? Are they coming back telling you, like, here's how this went, and here's what we've been able to do because of this partnership?
Yeah, absolutely. And what we've seen are two different things. I've gotten notes from principals and teachers saying, thank you for doing this, because by doing this, you really enlighten them about the importance of giving back. And I think far too often, sometimes, we live in this society where we're a me first type mentality, and this is an opportunity for them to kind of give back. The other part that has been really good is that oftentimes there are communities who don't know about our fund. They may not know that this fund is available. So it's a great opportunity for us to publicize it during that month. We put out radio ads and we'll do press releases, and at certain times and certain events, we actually have breast cancer survivors speak at our event. And that kind of encourages them to, to make a request out for funding. And I think part of the issue that we've had is that there's a lot of folks who may be aware of the fund, but maybe are too proud to ask for help. But, Ben, over the years, we just dealt with a woman probably about 3 weeks ago who has a good income, has a good job, but because of her high deductible, she had over $60,000 in bills relative to this. And, does $1,000 make a difference? Makes a small dent, but it's important that if everyone kind of pitches in and helps with this, it kind of eases that stress and anxiety, because you already have enough to deal with the illness and the breast cancer you're dealing with.
And that's at the heart of it. I mean, having all these events and doing all these things, you're helping people, and you're taking some of the edge off. You're taking some of the pressure off, letting them know that there are people out there that care about them, because the financial aspect helps, but knowing that there are people there that have donated, that want to help and make this process a little bit easier for them. Because everything turns pink in October, but breast cancer isn't just around in October. It's a year-round thing that affects families every year. So I think that's important for people when they're considering being sponsors, donors, or however they want to participate, to not just wait until one time a year to think about that and get involved now or soon. Absolutely.
A very, very good point. It's 1 month attention, but it's 12 months of folks dealing with this. And, we've had a number of heartwarming stories over the years, and I can share one that really, really comes to mind. A couple of years ago, we partnered with West Iron County and their football team, and there was a big parade during, in town. They all had their pink uniforms on. And after the parade, the players got in single file and went through a line and talked to me and talked to all of our volunteers and thanked us. And some of those football players said, "Thank you for thinking of us." Another player said, "This means a lot to me. My grandmother died of breast cancer." And they weren't coached to do that. These players did this on their own and wanted to come through and thank us. And it was incredibly heartwarming. And it really shows that, we have a lot of faith and a lot of trust in our youth. We have some really, really good youth out there, good people who their feet are firmly planted on the ground, and they really understand that. And, that kind of enthusiasm and that kind of spirit has carried over from year to year. This past year, even during a pandemic, Ben, we held, right before everything was pretty much shut down, we held a volleyball match in Manistee with the Emeralds. And it was a record-setting year. We raised more money last year for this event than any year. And it was in a pandemic. And yet, businesses came out, supported us. We got a tremendous amount of prizes. And, the Schoolcraft County just absolutely killed it. They were so good at embracing this and being a part of it that it gives us hope as we move on to the next community for this year, that we will continue to build on our successes.
I love that. And I love seeing all the different communities in the UP having their own special way of doing that and continuing to get around that. So I think that kind of leads us to, if people do want to be involved, what are some of the best ways to get in contact with you all and to start supporting Painting the Peninsula Pink?
Well, there's a couple of different ways. I would encourage people to go to our website at superiorhealthfoundation.org, and under the funds tab on the top, you'll see a SHF Breast Health Fund. So on that page, if you're interested in making a charitable gift to go toward this fund, you can. You can see testimonials, stories of people that have been impacted by this fund. And also on that page, there's an opportunity to provide feedback. And if anyone is interested at all in being a potential partner with us for 2021 or 2022, just simply email shf@superiorhealthfoundation.org. Tell us why you want to be involved, and give us an idea of what kind of health center project you have in mind, to be a part of. It's been quite fascinating over the last couple of years that, as we talked about earlier, that, you think you're going to have to really advertise this and really make a big push. Well, the last 2 years, we had schools that reached out to us and said, "Oh, this is awesome. How can we be involved if we work with you?" So we encourage those districts to reach out to us, and we'd love to come to your community. The best part of our job is going into your community, meeting some of the business owners, and really feeling a part of what you're about, and knowing that when you walk away, you're going to make a difference in the lives of people that live there.
You can't, I had, just hearing that, I can't, just got to smile, like just seeing how exciting that is. And I know that we want to be a part of that too. So when we get to October, we know what schools are going to be involved. Certainly want to help celebrate that community as well and what you all are doing. So is there anything we've missed that we haven't talked about as far as the fund, schools, or anything like that for Painting the Peninsula Pink?
No, other than, we really encourage both men and women. If you've got some out-of-pocket breast health expenses and you'd like a little bit of relief, there's a form right on that site that we talked about. That's pretty easy. It takes about 5 minutes to fill out. And really the way the process works is I gather with the Marquette County Health Department. We look at it because they are the fiduciary of our funds. They keep the funds. And we look at it, and in most cases, we award it, and we try to get it turned around pretty quickly, because when somebody has a bill, you don't want that hanging over your heads. And anytime that we can release some of that stress and anxiety and help with that, we take care of it. But, we encourage people to apply. If you don't apply, you can't get funded. So there's money available, and we want to help them the best way that we possibly can.
Well, we'll make sure that people have all the access to get involved with you, to donate, to use the fund if needed, if they're going through that season in their life. But thank you for everything you're doing with this. I appreciate you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Ben.
Thank you. Have a good